Yo guys, welcome back to another video. It's J Hood, and today's video is about Buddy Hield to the Lakers and why it can be extremely good for them if they play everything outright in their offense. There has been several reports about the Lakers being extremely interested in Buddy Hield, who is a great shooter, and I think it could be good for them to go out and get a shooter like him that can stretch the floor while LeBron and AD do their work down low, or when LeBron drives in and kicks out like he always does. Because if you look at some film, when their offense was stagnant at times, it's because they couldn't hit threes. Caruso is not a knockdown shooter by any means. Schroeder wasn't. Wesley Matthews usually is a good, but I mean, he shot like 34%. That's not great. AD was horrible this year, but despite injuries. So LeBron was statistically your best three-point shooter, and when that happens, you're not designated for greatness, but it's because he has the ball in his hands most possessions, and he's passing out every time he drives to the hole because he's getting double team, triple team. Most times he has the whole team looking at him, and he drives to people who can't shoot. And Buddy Hield can definitely do that at a high volume, and he's been one of the best shooters in the league over the past 3 years. He won the three-point contest back a few years ago, and this year he shot 40% on 10 attempts a game. Of course, being one of the highest volume shooters in the league right now. To me, this is almost like a perfect match. I've always wanted him to go to a contender because I think a lot of teams can use him really well. Because even when Clay was out for the whole year, I think the Warriors could have killed it with him. Obviously, Clay's going to come back and then you have to move him. But I was just talking about to try and get him immediately to try and strive in the playoffs. But they took it easy. They're probably going to be back next year. But his defense is probably the flaw of his game. When you're playing in a bad defensive team, it can be a little like stagnant, and it can be like, that's not my fault, I couldn't get there in time when you're in a bad defense. And Sacramento, we know they're not very good at basketball. It's extremely easy to take plays off when you're not good at basketball and when you know you're not going to make the playoffs and you're playing for nothing basically but your stats. And in the trade that I'm talking about, it would be giving up Kyle Kuzma, and to me that's fine because it's pretty clear by now Kyle Kuzma can't strive in LA, and he's been more of a problem than a help to LA, as hard as it is for me to say, because I do like Kyle Kuzma. I think if he goes to Sacramento on a bad team, like any bad team, I think he'll put up really good numbers, and I think he can take the next step. But right now I think he's caught up in all the hype. He just won a championship. Like, he has a celebrity girlfriend. He's like Tyler Hero, like, really, which is crazy to say because they're the same ex-girlfriend. But so if I'm the Lakers, I'm definitely pulling the trigger on this trade because, like I said, they definitely weren't a good shooting team by any means. And if you put Buddy Hield on the Lakers during those playoffs, I think there's a little different story, but who knows? To me, this would be a great pickup. Like, in the playoffs, what I'm talking about is when, like, LeBron, like, they went on that huge comeback, and then LeBron was kicking out to everybody, and then eventually he just got tired of it. They couldn't hit a shot. He called for them to take him out the game. To me, they should have put McLemore in the game, but I'm a big fan of McLemore. Obviously, I'm a Rockets fan. He was in Rockets for a couple years, and but I think Buddy Hield's just been McLemore at a way higher level, and I think he would have helped them out so much. He would have helped LeBron out so much. It would have been them two down the stretch, and I think it could have been great. I think they could have played good, gave at least another game for AD to try and get out there on the court, but we'll definitely see what happens, and I think they're going to be back next year in the playoffs at a higher seed than they were this year. Well, I can't really... Nobody can predict the injuries, but I think they're going to be really good. I think they're going to be back when you have LeBron, and they're being extremely aggressive. There's so many reports about them that I can make so many videos about their reports, and we'll really just have to wait and see what moves they make. And I am really curious. Look, I'm gonna look up some reports right now. Let's just go over a few and see if I see the ones that I like and don't. Lakers rumors. See, so there's obviously the Buddy Hield one, and then they're planning on signing a bunch of free agents. I do hope they go back after JaVale McGee. I think it was pretty weird to get rid of him, and I think they need to move on from Montrezl Harrell. Even though I like Montrezl Harrell and I thought he should have got minutes, but he really just doesn't fit them that well. So we'll really have to see what they go from him. And this was just a little Lakers video. If you did enjoy the video, let me know. Please drop a sub. I'm on the way to, let me check. I think I'm on the way to 400. And then obviously on the way to 5,000. 5,000. I'm in 1,000. But if you did enjoy the video, drop a sub, drop a like. Peace.